4.9 pounds of milk. That is potentially what a Nigerian dwarf goat could give in a day. Amazing when you consider that according to the Nigerian Dwarf Goat Association, these does are maximum of 21 inches tall. If any of you are traveling to the State Fair of Texas, this demonstration could give you a little idea of what goes on in the livestock show arena. Specifically, this demonstration will show you how to show a dairy goat. Prior to entering the ring, the show steward will measure the goats that we're showing. The larger dairy goats are not measured for height because they do not have a maximum height. These goats, being dwarf goats, do have a maximum height of, again, 21 inches, so the show steward measures them. Then we will begin to walk into the ring around the judge, always keeping your goat between you and the judge. The judge is here to judge your goat, not you. The best compliment that you can have going into the show ring and finishing with the judge is that I only saw your goat. You were a very good showman and I never saw you. So we don't want the judge to notice us pushing our goats around or doing anything that takes away from his view of the goat. What the judge is looking for when you are walking in the ring is the length of your goat, the way that your goat travels. Do they travel level? Do they travel sound? Which means are they correct? And do they have any lameness issues? You really shouldn't show a lame goat. That just doesn't look very good. They'll also be looking at the width through the escutcheon. When I talk about escutcheon in this presentation, I'll be talking about this area right here, which is where the udder of the goat would be. Since these goats are dairy goats, that's very important to the judging, is the width right through here where their udder will be. So that is the escutcheon. The croup is right through here, and the withers are right at the points of their shoulders. Now we'll begin to walk around. You want to walk slowly, again keeping your goat between you and the judge, quietly changing sides and hands during the leading process. The goat should lead quietly with very little resistance, and the judge should be able to see their natural stride. Now, after you've made one lap in front of the judge, usually they will stop you and ask you to set your goats up, which means that you stop parallel to the judge with your goat in front of you. If you're polite, you will stop your goat at least a goat's length behind the person in front of you so there's no nipping or running over. Now, to set your goat up, you begin at the head. I usually take them just a little under the cheeks, bringing their legs up directly down from their withers, which we discussed earlier, straight down. The judge will be looking for a very straight leg. The knee should not be ahead, the knee should not be behind. Again, setting them up. It is perfectly fine and very legal to set your doe up and touch your doe wherever you need to have her set up. I usually have the lead and the collar right underneath her neck so that I have slightly more control. Then you'll move to the hindquarters. Again, at the croup, you'll want to have both hind legs coming from the point of the hip down to the hock and straight. You'll want to accentuate, when you set your goat up, the width in the escutcheon so that the judge can see how wide your goat is. Resetting your goat is no points off. Judges expect goats to behave like goats. Then you move to your top line to flatten your top line out. There's a small ticklish spot right in front of the hip bones. that you press down on. After you've pressed down, you would leave your goat alone, hope that she would have a good expression on her face, and allow the judge to look at them. Your judge will come and put hands on, check udders if the doe has an udder. When the judge comes to check an udder, you always want to have your hands on the does because sometimes they can launch farther than you would figure a small goat could. Again, setting them up. Each time they come out, set them up again. You want to allow your goat to be presented as the best, well, to the best of its conformational abilities. I hope that this presentation has given you some idea conformationally and also in their attitude what you would be looking for should you ever want to show or purchase a dairy goat. Thank you.
Take a picture of the nose too.
No.